Hey y'all. Let me let everybody get on here real quick. I'm very excited. If he just be knowing how to pump me up and get me in my bag, boy, look, thank God for your guardian angels. The people who come, gather on your journey in life and keep you motivated and inspired and, on your square, boy. It's just so powerful because these are people that I pray for God to put in positions, I pray for him to put people in positions to guide me, I talk about all the time, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. That flashlight, boy, to just show you, this is you. This is the bigger you. This is the better you, Supposed to be. And her message to me today, which is crazy because I was feeling like I wanted to get on live, right? And all of a sudden I go into my DM and I see my sister that sent me like a response to one of my stories. And she's like, man, we are not victims. We are victorious. We are victorious. So today I want to encourage you. Ask yourself that question. Are you a victim or are you victorious? Are you going to fall victim to all of the can'ts and the won'ts and the shouldn'ts and the didn'ts? You know what I mean? Or the dids that turn into bad decisions or things that were less favorable. Like, are you going to fall victim to all of that energy and all that pressure? Because at the end of the day, like, pressure builds diamonds, boy. And if you really want to shine, you have to have something that's authentic in you. And the authenticity has to stem from the fact that you just never give up. You got to have so much passion and precision behind what you're doing that even in moments when you desire to be the victim, when you need sympathy and you need encouragement, that you're so bold that you'll just say it. You'll just be honest with yourself. You can just own it and acknowledge it like, no, I'm not going to fall victim and hope that somebody comes and inspires me to get out of this. Instead, I'm victorious. So I'm going to be accountable with myself. I'm going to be accountable for my situation, and I'm going to continue to encourage myself to want better and to do better. Like me, I'm in a season of life where I've been having so many conversations of accountability lately. And the most powerful thing is most of the conversation has been coming from me. It's been affirmations of self where I'm talking to people and finding confirmation in the things and the thoughts and the feelings that I'm having. Or, if it's something that I'm pondering, like, dang, maybe I should do this or maybe I should try this. It's a confirmation that comes. You know what I mean? And it's so powerful because that's how I know I'm aligned, because everything is just adding up. It's not subtracting. And anything that is subtracting, I'm noticing it and it's sticking out like a sore thumb. So I'm not falling victim to my own pride or my own ego or even my own emotions. As a woman, boy, there is so many emotions. Like, we're compromised of so many emotions. And as a woman, we tend to fall victim to them. Honestly, that's really the only word. We tend to fall victim to our own emotions. And it creates a stagnation, whether it's of the mind or the body or the spirit. But honestly and truly, coming out victorious means choosing that I'm not going to let this conquer me. I'm not going to allow myself to even get in the mindset where I'm like, man, this is not going to work out. I'm not even making it an option for it to not work out. And the most powerful thing about that is that I'm realizing that a lot of times we seek inspiration, confirmation, and validation from outside sources when in fact we are our greatest advocate. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'll be in the same boat. Looking for people to validate what I say or validate how I feel or tell me that this is the best move or this is the right move. And I think in different seasons, especially when we're stepping into uncomfortable transition, a lot of us tend to want to, you want to come out victorious. So you're afraid to make a mistake. You're scared to stumble and you're scared to fall. But let me tell you, the minute that you allow fear to welcome itself into your plans, you're going to execute less proficiently. See me? I'm not making it an option to fail. I'm not making it an option for anything to be subpar, because everything that I desire and want for myself is within the reach of whatever I put behind it. And what I mean by that is when things happen, it's 9 times out of 10 it's a result of the fact that I believed in it. And because I believed in it enough, I put in the work for me to do what needed to be done to accomplish it. I think if we maintain that on a higher level, we'd all come out victorious. So I encourage you today, step outside of your victim mentality. Stop making everybody else the reason why, and take accountability for yourself and your role. Be the best version of yourself. Be the best player on your team. You want something different? Go for it. You want to try something different? Try it. You know that saying, like, don't knock it till you try it. Stop knocking yourself out the game and out the ballpark of your success and what you desire, because you're making it not possible. Because you're scared to try it. How you gonna say something? I tell my daughter this all the time, and I really had to start taking heed to my own advice. I'm like, man, JJ, how can you say that you don't or like something, or you won't try something, and you don't even know if it works? You don't even know if you're gonna like it. And 9 times out of 10, when I watch my daughter, you know what happens? She'll be so terrified to do something, and then all of a sudden, she finally does it, and she finds she loves it. And she finds that it's something that she wants to continue to do after that. So I take that and apply it to my own life, man. Stop being scared of what could and manifest what should. Get more intentional about the things that you want to do for yourself and the person that you want to be. Stop holding everybody else in contempt of what they did not do or expectations that they did not fulfill. And I'm talking to myself. Don't get it twisted. People come on here and just in real life and have conversations with me, and sometimes they forget that I'm human just like everybody else. So I make it a point to let people know I don't just be talking to talk. I talk because sometimes I'm trying to make my feet match my words. Sometimes I'm trying to manifest my next couple steps so I can make sure that I get where I know I need to be. And if I'm off track, but I want to manifest the fact that I'm going to detour right back into where I know I'm putting my best foot forward, instead of giving myself or anybody around me subpar energy. If I know that my spirit is in that peace and I speak on peace, it's because I want to get there. I'm manifesting the fact that I'm going to be victorious. Even if victory isn't really in my hand just yet, I know that it's coming and it's on its way. So understanding that and having that, accountability for self, it will put you in a different mind state. Because when you feel victorious, you feel like you're on top of the world. Can't nothing stop you. You're going to do whatever you need to do to get wherever it is that you want to be. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to enjoy the process doing it, because victory is good for the ego. So if you feel like your pride or your ego is bruised, it's 9 times out of 10 because you're playing the victim. You're falling victim to your circumstance. And victim does not mean weak. It doesn't mean weak. It doesn't mean that you're weak by admitting that you're playing the victim. Honestly, there's more strength in being honest with yourself. I'd rather get on here and be like, you know what, y'all? I do not feel well today. My spirit is a little down, and let me talk myself through how I'm going to get myself back on track, because, boy, listen, being honest with yourself is so powerful. There's times, y'all, where I be looking for answers that are right within my reach. It's literally right there. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody and they tell you exactly what you told yourself? You just needed somebody to push you along. And what I've realized, and even in talking to my sisters, like now she tells me all the time, she's like, man, half the things that I get ready to say to you, you say it yourself. That's how I know I'm ready. But I've been manifesting this victory for the last 2-3 years, though. Now I know I'm prepared to receive. Even in conversations that I've had with the person who I'm dating, like, I find that the accountability, like, I'm learning to just take myself off defense. Because look, y'all, let me be real with you, okay? My goal is to be a successful, submissive woman. That is my goal. And understanding that I realize that submission is really just submitting to your highest self. It's submitting to your highest peace, because your highest peace is your highest self. And so rather than falling victim to the insecurity of emotion and the anxiety of circumstance, I've chosen, look, I'm going to be the best version of me. I'm going to submit to the idea that I can get better. I'm going to submit to the idea that my circumstance is not permanent. It's just temporary. This is a temporary phase for me to get to where it is that I want to be. So that's where my submission starts. But where it ends is in a profound and divine sense of peace. So I will ultimately be satisfied in love. I will be satisfied in life. And I will be satisfied in success. And success is whatever the desires of my heart and where that meets me being able to sustain a lifestyle that I desire to have on a long-term basis. You know? And you know what's crazy? Somebody saying it's already written. My mama was saying that to me the whole time she was here. It's already written. You're it. It's already written. And so I extend that message out to everyone who was watching this live. Like, you're it. You are it. Don't let anybody tell you what your it is, you know, or how your it is supposed to look, because ultimately when it's all said and done, you're it. You're it in whatever it is you're supposed to be in, whoever you're supposed to be in, however you're supposed to move, think, breathe, walk, etc. You're it. And when you know you it, you walk in victory and you don't sustain this victim mentality. See, me, I'm walking in victory. I'm walking in victory. I'm having victory over myself. I'm talking about the self that I was yesterday that may not be as good as the one that there is today. I'm talking about in my success. Big energy is going to be all that I desire to be and all that it's supposed to be on a grand scale because I'm victorious. You know? It's it because I'm me. And I'm the brand. Hello? I'm going to be successful in love, you know? I'm going to approach and enter into my next season of love and relationships being more assured, being able to maintain better boundaries for myself. Because sometimes your boundary is not a boundary that's set for somebody else to walk through. Sometimes the boundary is the boundaries that you create for yourself. How you feel. Look, check this out. I'm never going to allow myself to feel this way about myself. I'm not going to allow circumstances to promote this overthinking and anxiety in me that leads me to get away from who it is that I'm supposed to be, you know? Sometimes the boundaries aren't for other people, but when you're in a victorious mindset instead of a victim mindset, you're not looking for anybody but you. I'm looking for me to come out on top when I'm victorious. You hear me? I'm looking for me to come out as being the best version of Kayla that I can be, you know? And even if I get deterred, look, I'm so victorious that I understand that, look, the upsets and, you know, the downhill moments and the things that have to be called to question about me, man, that's all part of the process. And nobody can shy away from the process because at the end of the day, like I said, pressure builds diamonds, but pressure and diamonds meeting doesn't immediately equate to a diamond. It takes time. It's got to marinate a little bit, you know? Like, I'm ready to marinate. I've been marinated, okay? But I'm ready to get it cooking. I'm ready for everything that I desire to become and reside in a victory that I ain't really even see coming. I know it's on its way because I'm still looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. But look, my victory is so great. It's going to be substantial for more than just me reaching victory. My victory is going to bring other people's victories to the forefront. And that's when you know you're a powerful being, you know? I'm so headstrong on being better that I'm okay with talking less and listening more right now. You know? I never been at that point here recently because I realized, and this is just from me, I don't want to say being in the wrong rooms, but just from experiences that I've had with people. You know, when you get to a point to where you can't trust people's words, it becomes hard to listen. But see, being a big speaker, like, you got to be a big listener too. And people been saying it to me, and I just had to sit back and be accountable for myself. Like, you know what? Your greatest superpower before you ever became a speaker was because you were a listener. You know? I've been talking people through life since I was a little girl. This is really what I do, and I stand on that. So I've been around here like, dang, man, what am I supposed to be doing? Who am I supposed to be? How is this supposed to look? And then I had to remind myself, you been this. You been it, you know? Stop thinking about what coulda, shoulda, woulda, and what you may suppose, and just step into it. Just walk. You ever been following your GPS and you get to driving, and then you think it's got your origination point, and then it's got your destination point, so you think that it'd be seamless, but sometimes your GPS will stutter, and you gotta kind of like take a couple, drive a couple miles or something, for you to figure out where it is you're going. Or if you walking and following the GPS, you got to take a couple extra steps for you to figure out how the street signs and this GPS are going to align. But the fact of the matter is you don't stop. You got to keep going, You can't put yourself in a position to where you get so caught up in your own mind that you're thinking about your thoughts more than you actually are executing them. Because 9 times out of 10, you get to thinking too much, somebody else going to do it. And this is not to rush you, because I always talk about patience too. So it's not to rush you. It's just to get you more cognizant of the fact that just because your GPS is stuttering doesn't mean that you're not going to get to your destination. Sometimes you just got to drive a little further on for everything to align and add up. Sometimes you can't have a clear-cut, concise path on your phone and your device showing you like, okay, this is your next turn. This is what you should see. These are the exact designation points. Sometimes you got to trust a little bit, and that's where faith comes in. You got to have a little faith. Really, a lot of it, to be honest, because faith is the driving force behind victory. You got to believe that it's for you before you ever get it. You got to know it's for you before you ever get it. Because belief and knowing, once you take a belief into you knowing something, it's such a powerful place to be in, because now it's certain. That's how you achieve victory. When you make things certain. I know this, and I'm going to stand on it. And no matter what happens, I'm going to get where it is that I say that I'm supposed to be. How I'm going to get there, I might not be 100% certain, because my GPS might stutter sometimes. But look, check this out. I know where my destination is. So I'm okay with trusting sometimes. When I'm on my way, I'm okay. Look, y'all. Be victorious. Okay? Whatever you do today, be victorious. Don't fall victim to yesterday. Don't fall victim to today. And you damn sure don't fall victim to tomorrow. Just keep trusting your process, man, and stand on it. Because I'm telling you, once you stand on your victory, boy, you claiming it. Who can take it from you? Y'all have a great day.